Hey, what's happening? Matthew Aaron here. And real quick, I got to tell you a crazy story before I dive into the training. Um, have you ever had one of those days that just like stuff just wouldn't go right? Or maybe it's a period of time in your life where stuff just wouldn't go right? This morning, I woke up at 3 o'clock with the intention, I had everything laid out on paper and with the intention of creating a PowerPoint presentation for this training, right? So put together the entire PowerPoint presentation, um, probably about 100 to 150 slides that I put together. And I was just about done with putting the whole thing together. And I'm doing it on a laptop, and I didn't have the laptop plugged in. And I walked away for a minute. When I came back, the power went off and nothing was saved. I mean, I spent probably about 2.5 hours putting that PowerPoint presentation together for you to watch, right? So naturally I got a little frustrated, and a lot of times in business, when a setback like that happens, the natural thing to do is almost like a lot of people just give up, right? And I've given up at times, like with certain things like that. But I knew that I had to get this. I've been promising to put this training together for you for a little while now, and I knew that I had to get it done. I've got a lot of stuff happening this week, and I knew that if I didn't get it done today, that chances are that I probably wouldn't get to it till next week, and so I decided to do it a little bit differently. So um, the point is a lot of times in your life and in your business, there's obstacles that are going to come up, pretty much every day, right? So you have to push through things. So real quick in this training, what I want to go over with you is just showing you how the quickest way to have success, right? And no matter what, you're going to have obstacles. It's inevitable. But the easiest way for you to have success is to model it. Okay. So in whatever business you're in, there's someone or some business that has kind of already paved the way for you, right? So, like in the information uh, niche online, right? So people who sell products online, whether it's some sort of a home-based business or if it's info training, what have you, there are a number of people, tons of people, really good amount of people who have made literally millions of dollars online. So my first piece of advice to you is rather than you trying to go about it on your own and trying to figure out how to do everything, simply look at people who have already made it, right? So what I always do is I look at a number of different people, and I'm gonna share with you a few of them, and we're gonna kind of look deep at what they're doing. Okay. So the first person who is one of I think his nickname is the Godfather, right? Of I don't know what of like the information product age and internet marketing kind of is Mike Dillard, right? So if you haven't heard of him, I would highly, and right now, what you should definitely do is grab out a pen and paper and take some notes. So I'm going to go into a fair amount of information here, and everything that I go over is, I don't talk just to, for you to hear my voice. I'm sharing this with you for you to learn from, so that you can have more success. Okay. So the first person that I would suggest that you pay attention to is Mike Dillard. So look him up, check out his fan page, and not only that, and also pay attention to the type of information that he posts, right? So you'll notice that he doesn't really post a lot of information that goes directly to a business opportunity. It's going to be information teaching you how to do stuff, right? Another person to pay attention to, and if you haven't heard of him, is Brendan Burchard. Again, multi millionaire. Um, go check out his fan page and take a look at the information he posts. He posts, I mean, there's rarely ever a link that's going to take you directly to something that he's selling. He's just posting information that creates engagement that gets him organic traffic, that gets more eyes on his page, that gets his page more fans, and then he takes people through a process. Okay. Another person to pay attention to is Amy Porterfield. So she's a Facebook expert, author, and trainer. Again, tons of information. She's always teaching. So again, if was going through a few people here, and if you just pay attention to success and compare it to what you've done, and I don't care what you've done in the past. I don't care if you've been at this for years and you just haven't had success. That doesn't matter, because today's a new day, and if you stop what you've been doing, if you've been spinning your wheels for a period of time and you're just not getting results, stop spinning your wheels. Start paying attention to people that have had tremendous success, right? So another guy, Ray Higdon, awesome person. Again, tons and tons of value. This guy brings value every single day. He's constantly teaching, building his audience, and then obviously taking people through a process that ultimately he has a business opportunity. He has trainings, all that stuff that make him literally millions of dollars, right? Another guy that probably you've heard of, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Again, constantly sharing value, videos galore, information, getting tons and tons of engagement on his posts. Why and how does he get engagement? From posting high quality, good information that his audience likes, right? So real quick, I just want to share a story with you, and it's really hard for you and me to admit when we kind of mess up, right? So I got started in the internet marketing, home-based business niche back in April of 2012, right? So about 3.5 years ago. And when I first started, I wanted to keep everything separate from my personal page, right? So I'd gone through some trainings, paid for some trainings prior to being in this particular niche, and I knew that the thing to do was to do exactly what all these guys are doing, and these people are doing, right? It's to create a fan page and provide value to my audience, right? And the results I got were unheard of. I don't even know if anyone ever got results like I did. By creating a fan page, posting nothing but valuable information, and teaching from that fan page, and not even having to tell people or let people know up front what business or how I really made money, I was able to put 120 people into 2 different opportunities in my first 17 days. So, I mean, and I don't say that to like brag or anything. I'm just saying that what I was doing worked. Okay. I put 120 people into 2 different opportunities, 2 different ways that I made money in my first 17 days from scratch, right? This wasn't going to like my friends and family and like begging people to join and do this stuff. This was 120 people that I didn't know prior to beginning day 1 and them joining, right? So the internet is filled with information. Obviously, you know that. You can go around and click and search. There's tons of different people posting how they think you should do things. And I'll admit it, that somewhere along my journey over the past, 3.5 years, I totally messed up. I totally, at some point, I just completely neglected my fan page, and I had created multiple fan pages that were teaching on different subjects. Some of them were doing better than others. I had thousands and thousands of fans, and at some point, I had I don't know if my ego got too big or what, but I stopped doing what was working, and I started like following some people that maybe I shouldn't have followed, right? And I started to and you may be doing the same thing. I started following people that I believed were having success, and what I thought they were doing, I thought it was working, and some of it does work, right? But there's a lot of the stuff that I don't know if it's I could say unfortunately learned. I've learned a lot of good things over the past several years, but some of the information that I took into my mind and then I started to applying, and honestly, I started teaching some of it too. In the long run, when I look back, it just wasn't the right thing to do. It didn't make sense for my personal goals of what I wanted to achieve. And my ultimate goal is to achieve freedom. And I want to be able to do, basically, freedom to me is having the ability to do what I want, when I want, and with whom I want. I don't want to create a full-time job that I'm working for the next 40 years and working my you know what off online. And if that's you, maybe you should just have consider just keeping your job, right? If you have a job, if that's what you want to ultimately achieve, um, or just keep what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing if you're getting results. If you want to keep working way too hard. And just for clarity here, I'm not saying that anything I'm about to go over with you, I'm not saying that it's like some BS system that, way of doing things that you don't have to work. Because the most difficult part of having success is setting your foundation. You have got to work and be willing to put forth an effort in order to get the results that you want. So if your intention is just to get into some system that, I can sit here and tell you what you want to hear, right? Or I can tell you what you need to hear. Okay. You want to hear that it's some push button system that's magically going to make millions of dollars show up in your bank account. Sorry, don't have it, doesn't exist, right? What you need to hear is if you follow the steps that I can give you and provide for you, that if you work hard, you can lay out that foundation that in the future, depending at the pace that you go at, you can create tremendous, tremendous success, right? And have freedom, right? So the ability to do what you want, when you want, and with who you want. So let's just look at these pages a little bit deeper, and just think about this for a moment. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, at some point, I don't know exactly when he created his page, but at some point he created it, right? He didn't have a single fan. And you can see that he has 457,465 people who currently like his page. That right there, just that number is like an ATM machine. He has such an audience that he can literally, like, through anything, he can make money. I mean, he's set for life because of this page, right? Ray Higdon. Take a quick look at his stats. 151,779. Not at the level of Gary Vaynerchuk, but he's making millions with 151,000 fans. And right now you're thinking to yourself, yeah, must be nice to have 151,779 people that like your page. And that's what I'm going to get into, is like, how do you bridge the gap from today, setting up a fan page, and getting to the point that you can have an audience like that? Like, what did Ray Higdon, Gary Vaynerchuk, Amy Porterfield, Brendan Burchard, and Mike Dillard all do and all have in common? What were the common things that they did to build up an audience like that, where they truly can, like, make money at will, right? And that's ultimately what I want, right? And I'm assuming that's what you want too, right? So again, hard work to get there. You've got to be willing to put forth the effort and do the things that similar to what they did in order to have that type of success. So right now, what I'm going to tell you right now is I'm going to basically go over this 2 ways that you can get access to my full training. And I'm going to continue to talk more about, the information that you're going to get access to. I'm going to go into a little more depth with it. But if you're like me, I have extreme ADD. A lot of times, if there's a long hangout, at times I'm like, look, just tell me how I get access to this information and give it to me. Because I'm the type of person that sitting here talking to you right now for this period of time is going to be difficult for me. And for me to sit and listen to someone else talk just drives me nuts. So there's 2 ways you can get access to my complete training series. The first way is you can click on the button below, and you're going to get a 14-day trial for $1, right? After that 14 days, you'll see on the next page what you'll be charged. If at the end of that 14 days, or before the 14 days is up, if you feel that, look, the information that I'm providing you don't feel like it's any help to you, you don't like it, cancel. You won't be charged anything further. The second thing for my Mafia offer, and the reason why I'm calling this a Mafia offer is because this is an offer that you really can't refuse, okay? The second thing that I'm going to tell you right now is if you come through, again, start up for $1, day 13, in 23 hours and 59 minutes, you cancel, you're not charged anything further. I'm still going to let you keep access to all the training. So you get the training anyways, right? So $1, get in. The next thing I'm going to tell you is you come in, look at the information for $1, 13 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes goes by, and you really think that I completely wasted your time. To me, my most valuable thing is my time, right? And yours is too, right? So if you feel like, look, Matt, you completely wasted my time, none of the information I've gone through, if you get through all the information that I provide, you do the things that I'm telling you to do over the course of the next almost 14 days. If you feel like I totally wasted your time, send me a message and I'll send you 20 bucks, right? I mean, it's not a huge amount of money, but I'm telling you right now, I'll actually take money out of my pocket and send it to you if you feel like the information that I'm going to give, that I give you, completely waste your time, right? Obviously, I really don't believe that it will. Otherwise, I wouldn't make that offer. I believe that the information that I'm giving to you right now is the same type of stuff that I was doing in the beginning, that I was getting tremendous results from, and I just totally got off track. So now I want to share and show you how to do it as well. So here's a few things I just want to show you. This is going to be a secret Facebook group that you're going to get access to. And here's just a few things that we're going to dive into, right? Number one is creating a fan page, right? So if you don't have a fan page, I'm going to show you the right way to set one up quickly and easily, step-by-step video showing you how to get your fan page set up. The next thing you want to do is you have to create like you have to start building your audience. So you have to have basically your foundation of people who are going to like your page and support you. So depending on who you are, you may not have a huge support group right now. So what we do as a community, you, myself, and all the other people who are members of this training series, we're going to support one another. So we're going to, as soon as you have your page set up, we're going to start liking your page. We're going to start engaging with it. We're all like-minded people, so we're all going to support one another. After that, the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create content that gets organic traffic. So, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, what exactly do you mean? Like, how am I going to create or get access to information that is going to help you create content that ultimately people really want to hear about? So I'm going to go into a pretty good amount of depth on where to find great information and how to easily take that information and use it for your own benefit that your audience is going to love, right? The next thing you're going to want to do is how to create eye-catching Facebook and social media posts. So one of the most important things, probably the most important thing for you building your business, is having the ability to understand how to create ad copy that grabs people's attention. If you can't get people to take a second look and want to read what you're writing, and they just bypass it on social media with all the other crap that's going on, honestly, you're screwed, right? You're not going to be able to get people to do what you want them to do. So the ad copy is by far the most important thing that number one thing that you need to learn how to do. So the fourth video, I'm going to go over how to create that eye-catching Facebook and social media content. Another thing that we do within our team, our network, is with every post that you make, we're going to support you by taking a look at what you create, and we're also going to help you basically create instant social proof by liking and commenting on your posts. I mean, this is a big deal. So if you're brand new and you don't have a support group, I mean, just this alone with our supportive network of people, it's worth really what it costs, right? The fifth thing I'm going to go over with you is a way that you can stay in sight and in mind with your audience. Now, major problem on Facebook is if you're using your personal profile, and you may or may not know these stats, and I don't know the exact stats, but I know that somewhere in the range, if you make a post on your personal profile, even if it's freaking brilliant, right, and you don't have an audience of support, first of all, and you make that post on your wall, brilliant post, you go and you write up something really, really good that probably I should be looking at and a lot of people should be, engaging in, that post is only going to go out to roughly 5, maybe if you're lucky, 10% of your friends. So let's say that you have 1,000 friends, right? I mean, you're looking at maybe 50 to 100 people that are going to even see that post, okay? And then if you don't get engagement, so if you don't have a supportive audience, because you're not well known, you're not going to get any organic traffic. So your shot is 50 to 100 people to get that post out in front of people. So you're kind of screwed, right? With a fan page, I'm going to show you how after you've gone through the steps, you've created a post, you've taken advantage of our support group, and you've got that social proof. I'm going to show you how on a shoestring budget, it doesn't cost you hardly anything, how you can make sure that pretty much a huge number or a lot more people are going to see that valuable content that you're putting out there, okay? Fan page versus personal profile. Personal profile is just work, 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 work in order to get people to see what you do. Fan page, create good content, and there's a simple, much easier way to do it, okay? Next, I'm going to go and I'm going to show you how to create high converting copy like a master. So this is where we're going to start jumping into some lead generation and how to take people through a process and how to start generating leads and ultimately offering them your business opportunity. So I don't care what business you're in right now, I want to help you have success. So nothing, it's not like you have to do a specific type of business. There's just a process that you want to take people through. Most people are being taught and unfortunately shown, join a business opportunity, just get your link out there in front of as many people. Come on now. If that worked, everyone online would be rich and everyone would be doing it. It doesn't work. So you have to understand there's a process. You have to write high converting copy and be able to take people through a process that they become a lead. Do you do something else, which I'll get into in the training, and then ultimately you introduce them to your business, okay? Seventh thing I'm going to go over with you, and I'm going to expand on this as well. So depending on when you're watching this, these videos, I mean, could be or will be without a doubt a lot more information, right? So the seventh thing you're going to get access to is I'm going to show you again. I told you you could do things on just a moment ago. I mentioned doing things on a shoestring budget, a really, really small budget. So you can create and test for $2 and then scale up your Facebook ads. So I'm going to show you how to, basically create your Facebook ads and start testing different ways. You will monitor and you'll see what ads are doing well, which ones aren't doing well, and you can test them for $2. So I'm going to dive into some more training there and show you how to get through and take advantage of leveraging Facebook's incredible ad platform for you to build your business. Now, another huge benefit of placing ads like that is it frees up your time. So I can sit here and I can create a number of different ads today. I can go out, I can watch football all day today. It's Sunday. Periodically throughout the day, I'll just check and see if any of my ads are completely flopping. I'll just turn them off. If ones are doing better, I can, scale up. And I don't have to be like constantly doing the crap that I've done for too long. Just wasting all my time online. It's a way that you can automate things so you actually can live your life, thus getting you on the path to actually having the freedom that you really desire, right? So again, just to kind of reiterate things right now, 2 ways to join. I not only told you one, but I'm going to tell you the second one here in just a second. 2 ways to join. Number one is click on the button below. You're going to get a 14-day trial for $1, okay? After that 14 days, you're going to be charged a certain amount. You'll see what that amount is whenever you click on the button. If at any point during that 14 days, you get 13 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes into it, you decide, look, this isn't for me, cancel. You won't be charged anything further. Plus, I'm still going to let you keep access to all the training that you get with my training series. Third thing is, you come in, if you feel like I totally waste your time, I apologize. I'm sorry. My intention is definitely not to waste your time. I'm not trying to waste my time either. I don't do this just so you can hear my voice, right? So if you come in and you honestly feel you go through all the training, you engage, you do everything, you're part of the community. If you really feel that it's a complete waste of time, send me a message. I won't even ask any questions. Just tell me, look, you're wasting my time. I'll send you 20 bucks. Okay? The second way that you can join is if I sent you this video or whoever sent you this video, simply message me. Say, hey, how can I get access to your full training for free? Okay? Message me and ask how you can get access to my full training for free, or message the person who sent you this video and ask them, hey, how do I get access to Matt Aaron's Facebook training for fan pages for free? Ask them that question and they'll tell you what you need to do to get access to it all for free. So with that said, I'm not going to go into any more detail. If what you've been doing hasn't been getting the results that you want, right now, honestly, you can get started for $1. I know you're going to love it. So click on the button below, get started, or message the person who sent you this information and ask them how you can get access to all the training completely for free. And I'll see you on the inside.